top stories. Bribery and treating charges against Minister Hamilton dropped. Prime Minister Harris calls for targeted messaging to address vaccine skepticism. And East Bastia Book Club donates to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The details on these stories and more after the break.
In your formative years, we were there. When you got the good news and the bad, we were right there with you. Through all your great adventures, we were always right by your side. Now that life has thrown us a curveball, we are still here. And as we navigate this difficult period, the SKCCU will continue to be there for you and your family to help you through. We will assist you in safely and efficiently accessing your funds through our digital platforms, online banking, mobile banking, ATMs, and even our drive-through services. We can get through this together with responsible financial decisions by making food and medication a priority, practicing proper hygiene, maintaining social distancing, and constant prayer.
We're here for you.
We're still here.
We will get through this together.
SKCCU will continue to be your financial partner for life.
Use BioCare Lab Strong Ends products to supercharge your hair with deep lasting hydration from nature's most amazing moisturizers, raw moisturizing honey, and conditioning shea butter. These ingredients pull moisture from the hair to boost, strengthen, and restore the oldest and weakest parts of your hair, your ends, helping to keep them stronger. Wow, beautiful hair. Strong Ends. Dry, damaged, breaking hair and no hair growth? Strong ends? Whoa! I'm not cutting this hair for anything. Weak, thinning edges due to weaves and braids. Strong ends? Longer and free of split ends. Get supercharged from roots to end with BioCare Lab Strong Ends Honey and Shea Butter Infused Relaxer and Hair Growth Product. Available retail at CNC Superfoods on the Bay Road and wholesale at CNC Trading on the CAP Southville Industrial Park. Telephone 465-4081.
Are you looking for today's best architectural designs, appraisals, estimates, or even project management? Then look no further than Trevor Freights and Associates. Our designs are amazing. You'll be so satisfied with your work, you will tell others all about us. Visit trevorfreights.com today. Located at New Road on St. Kitts, with over 20 years in the industry, we strive to provide the utmost superior quality of service to all our valued customers. Call our expert staff at 465-8184 or 662-5184 and see what we can do for you. That's Trevor, FRAITES.com. You decide, we design.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Kyla Barrage. Criminal charges of bribery and treating against parliamentary representative for constituency number 8, Honorable Eugene Hamilton, have been dropped. On Monday morning, the Bastia High Court announced the ruling after insufficient evidence was brought by complainant Dr. Terence Drew. The basis of the complaint was that during the 2020 election period, members of the general public were allegedly given gifts that may have been seen as influential in persuading a voter one way or the other. Evidence of which have been amounted to the named charges. In an interview, minutes after the decision, Minister Hamilton gave his thoughts after the ruling.
In February of this year, the Director of Public Prosecution intervened in the matter because he considered the matter to be of a serious nature that must at least get the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution engaged. The DP concluded, however, that he ought to get advice from other independent persons after being asked by Dr. Drew's lawyer. He has come to the conclusion that the evidence provided by Dr. Drew was insufficient to go beyond the first test and to go to the second.
ZIZ was unable to get a comment from Dr. Drew. As the CARICOM region observes Vaccination Week in the Americas 2020 this week, Prime Minister Dr. The Honorable Timothy Harris is calling for greater public education programs to combat the growing trend of vaccine hesitancy in the Caribbean, particularly as it relates to the COVID-19 vaccines. He made the call during his address to mark the week's observation in his capacity as lead head on matters of health, HIV, and human resources in the quasi-CARICOM Cabinet of Heads of Government.
We already have a culture that values and embraces immunization. However, there are strong pockets of COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy and skepticism. These, of course, must be addressed through targeted messaging and sensitization.
The Prime Minister observed that the Caribbean has done well in the implementation of public health measures such as social distancing, mask wearing, and frequent hand washing, but insisted that the mass vaccination to achieve herd immunity, as has been demonstrated with polio, is the trump card that is sadly missing.
The Caribbean region will not be safe until 70 to 90% of its population is vaccinated. I repeat CARICOM's call for more equitable access to COVID-19 vaccines. All adults in the wider Caribbean region should have access to vaccines. Vaccination will boost the tourism sector and will place us on the path to sustainable and resilient recovery. Our Caribbean is one of the most dependent regions on tourism flows.
CARICOM member states, including St. Kitts and Nevis, are observing Vaccination Week in the Americas under the theme Vaccines Bring Us Closer, #GetVax. Prime Minister Harris noted that this year's awareness campaign will highlight the value of health and bringing people closer.
During Vaccination Week in the Americas, we will focus on combating the challenge of vaccine hesitancy by resensitizing our people to the benefits of vaccination through continuing public education programs. Vaccines will bring us closer to a fairer CARICOM. Vaccines will bring us closer to a fairer Caribbean. Vaccines bring us closer. #GetVax now. You deserve this protection.
In St. Kitts and Nevis, 14 vaccines can be accessed through the National Expanded Program on Immunization. 3 of these vaccines, the influenza vaccine, Gardasil, the human papillomavirus vaccine, and the AstraZeneca Oxford vaccine, were introduced into the program over the past 4 years. The East Bastia Book Club has joined the national support efforts for St. Vincent and the Grenadines following the eruption of the La Soufrière volcano earlier this month, with the donation of several cases of island purified water. In handing over the donation, club members Shikwan and Micah said the club believes it is better to give than receive, and they therefore wanted to do their part in assisting the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In accepting the donation, National Disaster Coordinator at the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Abdias Samuel, said the donation by these young persons should be seen as nation building.
Today we are seeing that even our young ones acknowledges the devastation in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and they themselves want to make a contribution, and this contribution should also be seen as part of nation building, because if we instill this type of behavior in our children from this very early age, it means that St. Kitts and Nevis will be resilient, as well as the resiliency for our regional integration process that we support. So I wish to thank the East Bastia Book Club for their contribution, and it's a very welcome one, as this is very much needed in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
NEMA has been coordinating a humanitarian drive to send relief supplies to displaced persons in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So far, 2 40-foot containers and 3 20-foot containers with an estimated value of EC $280,000 have been shipped since the April 9th eruption. As the nation's roll-up to roll-out vaccination campaign continues, we now take a look at the latest vaccination report. After the break, Federation's successes highlighted at Global Tech Conference, and security forces engage in criminal prosecution training course. Stay with us.
Everything's gotta go! Horsford's Automotive, everything gotta go clearance sale is happening now! All 2018, 2019, and 2020 models gotta go! Yes! Come to Horsford's Automotive and get $10,000 off select 2020 models! That's right! Horsford's Automotive is making room for 2021 by offering $10,000 off select 2020 models! And that's not all! Come now and get 0% down payment! No payment until May 2021! $500 in free groceries, free servicing for 1 year, free bill of sale, free tinting, free registration, free accessories, and free licensing. Horsford's Automotive, everything gotta go clearance sale. The biggest clearance sale event of the year. Select 2020 vehicles, price to go. Everything gotta go. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Flow Broadband and TV is packed with even more value, as you get a free Samsung tablet, free installation, and 50% off your bill for 3 months when you sign up now. Yes, a free Samsung tablet. Power all you do at home with up to 100 megabits per second super fast broadband. Plus, stay HD entertained with Flow TV. Stream, share, and do more on your new free tablet, which will also keep you connected on the go with ease. Sign up at a Flow store today. Conditions apply.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris continues to draw the world's attention to St. Kitts and Nevis's management of the COVID-19 pandemic and his government's plans to return the country to a strong economic standing post-COVID-19. The Prime Minister's latest intervention came when he participated in Collision 2021, a virtual tech conference on Thursday. Prime Minister Harris was featured on the post-pandemic recovery in an interconnected world panel with Armand Arton, Chairman of Global Citizen Forum, and the Honorable Melford Nicholas, Minister of Information, Broadcasting, Telecommunications and Information Technology in Antigua and Barbuda. Notwithstanding the gains made in St. Kitts and Nevis so far, Prime Minister Harris said COVID-19 is a global threat and one that the global community must face united. The Prime Minister was supported at the conference by the Chief Executive Officer of the St. Kitts and Nevis Citizenship by Investment Unit, Les Khan, as the successes and innovations of the Federation's Citizenship by Investment CBI program were also discussed. Collision is regarded as the fastest growing tech conference in North America. Now in its 7th year, Collision has grown to over 40,000 attendees. This year's virtual event, held from April 20th to 22nd, brought together the industry's leading companies, international policymakers, and global cultural figures. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecution is conducting a week-long criminal prosecution training course with members of the Ministry of National Security. The sessions began on Monday with an opening ceremony held at the Police Training School. Commissioner of Police Hilwar Brandy said the Police High Command remains committed to strengthening the capacity of its officers through training sessions such as these. He explained that the training is important and urged the officers to take their role seriously.
The importance of this training is not to dilute or to take for granted. First of all, prosecutors are one of the most important officials in the judicial system. Therefore, it is critical that you treat your role with the highest degree.
One of the facilitators, Director of Public Prosecutions Valston Graham, stated that some of the topics that will be covered involve case preparation management and vetting of case files and drafting charges.
You will hear about case preparation and management. Case preparation and management really gives you an understanding of the concept, because it all starts there. Now, if you understand case preparation and management, it also helps your investigative ability. So you understand what is required in court, makes you want to make sure you do it and your subordinates also does it. You will have vetting of case files and drafting of charges. Both are related to either prosecution or disciplinary proceedings. You'll hear about the role of the prosecutor. When we speak about prosecution, whether it is in court or whether it is in disciplinary proceedings, the whole idea is not to fix up the person who charged, to make sure he's convicted at all costs. That's not the whole idea. The whole idea is to present the evidence.
Commissioner Brandy said he hopes the knowledge gained would be appropriately applied as, quote, together we seek to elevate the justice system in St. Kitts and Nevis. As St. Kitts and Nevis joined in celebrating World Intellectual Property Day on Monday, April 26th, Registrar of the IP Office, Jeanne Williams, is encouraging persons who are creative to have full ownership of their intellectual property, even if it is the wittiest quip. She was at the time being interviewed virtually by Jason Williams, host of Bread and Butter in Trinidad and Tobago. Ms. Williams said while many persons may be unaware of legal repercussions of plagiarism of other stolen works, they do exist.
Absolutely, that is copyright infringement. There is a whole legal framework for that.
What kind of charge? And, you can get fine or jail?
It could be both.
Serious?
Because there could be criminal elements of it, there could be civil elements of it that would entitle you to money. So where there are criminal elements, of course, it can result in prison time, depending on the particular legislation of each country. But I do know that there are offenses under the Copyright Act in Trinidad and Tobago, as well as St. Kitts and Nevis, that speak to criminal and civil liability as well. So it's not just, we see it as something simple because, it's just a song, we say those kind of things. But it's somebody's property, and it's no different than if you took up somebody's car or just walked into their house. It is their property, and they can take legal action to protect it and to prevent you from using it as well.
Ahead of IP Day on World Book and Copyright Day, April 23rd, Williams shared the importance of writing and documenting literary pieces of any fashion.
It's also a history, too.
It is.
And it's really important for us to record our experiences, whether good or bad or indifferent, so that for future generations they can have an idea of what our mindsets were, what our values were. And I think a lot of what we're experiencing now is the absence of a connection to the past, because there weren't many recordings. How do you pass on these recipes? How do people understand the culture and not lose sight of the real culture of the country that they're living in? And writing and recording it in books is one of the ways that we can ensure that our culture stays vibrant and active and present.
As a means of assisting persons on publishing books, the Intellectual Property Office will be engaging in 2 seminars across St. Kitts and Nevis on May 4th and 6th. World IP Day was also observed with the hosting of a free webinar for small and medium enterprises on the topic, Taking Your Ideas to Market. And finally, on the local scene, On the heels of international observation of girls in information communication technology, telecommunications company Flow has launched an essay competition related to girls in ICT. The contest, which will take the form of a video essay competition, will be for female students aged 12 to 15 years old across the Caribbean. Participants will be asked to submit a 2 to 3 minute video on the topic, "Why is it important for girls or women to pursue a career in ICT?" Winners will be announced at the company's Girls in ICT Forum on June 8, 2021. According to a statement, the competition seeks to increase the number of women and girls involved in information technology and telecommunications. Inge Smith, CEO of C&W, said, quote, "Globally, the percentage of females following a course of study in STEM education remains low. Girls in ICT Day is therefore an opportunity for us to continue connecting with our girls, to provide mentorship and showcase career in the sector, while connecting them to female pioneers in the industry." Coming up in regional news, Germany donates 300,000 euros to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The details when we come back.
Here are your Horsford's Value Mart IGA Value Club Blue Tag specials from April 26th through May 2nd. Western oils, $9.99 each. Essential Everyday or IGA canned fruit, $6.99. Essential Everyday salad dressings, $6.99. IGA or Essential Everyday popcorn, 3-pack, $4.95. Yoplait yogurt, $3.39. Eggo waffles, $11.99. And now our very low weekly value deal. Essential Everyday Spiral and Shell, $1.79. Langer's Apple Juice, $6.99. Kellogg's Cereal, $9.99. Hunt's Spaghetti Sauces, $4.99. Stone Ridge Ice Cream, $16.99. Arm & Hammer Laundry Detergent, just $14.99. Shop smart, shop Value Mart. Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí a Value Mart.
It takes a village
to raise our children
into productive citizens
and progressive communities.
It takes a village
to provide support to our young people
who are going down the wrong path
and need family and community support.
It takes a village
to help our children who have made a mistake,
to take responsibility
and learn from their mistakes.
It takes a village
to actively help in the rehabilitation of our youth,
to assist them in being productive,
to reintegrate back into our communities.
It takes a village
to care about each other,
to lift up our children
and make them into better adults.
It takes a village
to give our youths
a chance for change.
Join the movement
and give our children a chance for change.
This message is brought to you by the USAID OECS Juvenile Justice Reform Project 2, funded by the United States Agency for International Development. For more information, log on to oecs.org/JJRP.
And we're moving now to news on the regional scene. Germany, through its embassy of the Federal Republic of Germany in Trinidad and Tobago, is allocating 300,000 euros to the World Food Programme's disaster response efforts in St. Vincent and the Grenadines following the eruptions of La Soufrière. German Ambassador Ute Koenig explained, quote, "We are glad to be able to help in this terrible situation. The islands in the Caribbean are among the most vulnerable. The volcano situation is ongoing and therefore much worse than past hurricanes. We feel with the suffering population." Germany is involved as an EU member state in ECHO, the EU humanitarian mechanism, and is among the top 3 donors to SURF, the UN Central Emergency Response Fund. SURF has allocated $1 million to the disaster response in St. Vincent. A German expert will also take part in the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs Joint Environmental Unit Planned Environmental Emergency Mission to St. Vincent. In Jamaica, frontline healthcare workers in St. Anne have received a sizable donation from a Chinese group to aid in the fight against COVID-19. Among the items are personal protective equipment, food and sanitizers. The donation will go to the St. Anne's Bay Regional Hospital and St. Anne Health Department. More in this CVM News report.
The Jamaica Guangdong Association says, in addition to helping in the fight against the virus, the donation is also a gift of appreciation for the work being done by the frontline healthcare workers.
This is all from our association and our Chinese community, and really especially is for fighting the COVID-19 problem. We understand most the moment have to need it, everybody. We try to do the best, and really from last year to right now we are doing Island Well, like another Paris, the CM donation, especially to that people who more need it. We want to say thank you to the person who are the front line of the fighting, because they are the more beautiful people in this moment.
Parish Administrator for St. Anne Health Services, Tanisha Dawson, says the personal protective equipment received will be shared between the St. Anne's Bay Regional Hospital and St. Anne Health Department, but the food items will be given to the hospital to assist the staff in providing meals for the patients. She says the workers are extremely elated with the donation.
We want to thank the Chinese community for donating the items to us. It will go a far way in our quest to assist the people in St. Anne to provide the proper health care that they need.
Coming up, families of dead Indonesian sailors pay tribute. The details when we come back.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy a life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Welcome back. Family members of the 53 Indonesian sailors who died when their submarine sank off the coast of Bali have been paying tribute to their loved ones. Some families have held religious ceremonies to honor the victims while hoping their bodies will be brought back to land. Al Jazeera's Jessica Washington reports.
In Indonesia's central Java, this father endures what no parent should have to as he grieves for his son. Munawir was one of the 53 men completing a submarine training exercise in waters near Bali when the vessel named KRI Nanggala 402 lost contact and sank. His younger brother last saw him 2 weeks ago.
For me, he was perfect. Everything about him was good.
Munawir used to work on another submarine but was recently reassigned to the KRI Nanggala 402. In shock and sadness, this community is coming together to honor his life. Indonesia's President Joko Widodo says the government will raise the ranks of the sailors and pay for the education of their children.
They are the best sons of the nation, the best patriots guiding the sovereignty of the country.
Gracilia's husband, Rustiancia, was one of the men on board. She gave birth 3 weeks ago. Now she must raise her son without him.
I am proud of my husband. He did his duty with open heart, even when he had to leave me and our small baby. He did his duty well. He was a hero to this country.
In Bali, the family of Captain Igede Kartika hopes they will be able to hold a funeral service for him.
We pray to God the body of our nephew can be retrieved from the sea so we can perform the rituals.
It's not clear if they will get that chance. The submarine was found broken into 3 parts, almost 850 meters below the ocean surface. Retrieving it will be complex, and Indonesian authorities are seeking guidance from international experts. A few months ago, the sailors filmed this video set to a song about saying goodbye and seeing someone again. Thousands have shared the video online as a tribute to them. Outside the home of Commander Hari Satyawan, people offer their condolences to his family.
I have to be strong. I have to calm my heart. Many people are helping to make me stronger.
In an instant, her family was changed forever when KRI Nanggala 402 disappeared into the depths of the ocean. A pain they share with all the loved ones of the 53 sailors on board. Jessica Washington, Al Jazeera, Jakarta.
The European Union has launched legal action against the coronavirus vaccine manufacturer AstraZeneca. The European Commission, the EU's executive branch, said it was suing the company for not respecting its vaccine supply contract and for not having a reliable plan to ensure timely deliveries.
Brussels says the Anglo-Swedish pharmaceutical giant failed to deliver what it said it would. Contracted to deliver an initial 300 million doses, the bloc only received 30 million in the first quarter of this year. A Commission spokesman says the EU is taking the action to ensure the bloc's 27 members have adequate vaccine supplies.
What matters to us in this case is that we want to make sure that there is a speedy delivery of a sufficient number of doses that the European citizens are entitled to and which have been promised on the basis of the contract. So the Commission has indeed started this legal action on its own behalf and on behalf of the 27 member states that are fully aligned in their support for this procedure.
Professional football in the UK, including the English Premier.
Imagine having the luxury of putting all your trust in one insurance company and being able to enjoy a life to the fullest without having to worry. Well, don't imagine. National Caribbean Insurance is here to take care of all your insurance needs. Insure your life, vehicle, boat, home, belongings, and your future. At NCI, we make it our business to ensure that you enjoy every stage in life. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
I took the vaccine because I want the in-person audience experience at Sugar Mass 50.
I took the vaccine because I want to be performing with all my peoples on Ultra Truck this year for Carnival.
I get vaccinated because I want to be on the road for Sugar Mass 50.
The reason I chose to be vaccinated because of my profession as an entertainer was to have a safer boycott carnival.
I am DJ Flames and I got vaccinated because I want Sugar Mass 50 to be greater than ever.
I took the vaccine because I miss entertaining thousands of people and I miss hosting my own events. See you at Sugar Mass 50. Boom.
Get vaccinated quickly to turn up Sugar Mass 50.
First up in sports, 2 games were played on Sunday in the National Bank Senior Basketball League. In the first game, Atiba Harris St. Peter's Runners defeated Keon Lions 107-47. For Runners, Nakai Keynes made 25 points, 7 steals and 2 assists. Ozani Purcell 21 points, 10 rebounds and 7 assists. And Lekwani James 19 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists and 2 blocks. For Keon, Vernon Paris made 9 points, 4 rebounds and 4 steals. And Danny Isles 8 points, 10 steals and 3 assists and 3 rebounds. In the second game, Rams hitters defeated Ghetto Woods 101-76. For hitters, Tyrone Hutchinson made 29 points, 7 assists, 11 rebounds and 4 steals. Taslin Hodge 19 points, 13 assists, 8 steals and 3 rebounds. Dwayne Willock 15 points, 7 rebounds and 2 steals. For Ghetto Woods, Scotty Tyson made 20 points and 13 rebounds. Yannick Roberts 20 points, 9 rebounds and 3 assists. And Donald Keynes 17 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists and 2 steals. The league continues on Tuesday with 2 games. In the first game, Fire and Rescue Firestorm will take on Newton Ground Blazers at 6:30. Then at 8:30, Challengers Exodus versus E&K Minimat, Sandy Point Falcons. 11 UK football organisations will take part in the 4-day boycott over what they see as a lack of attention taken on online racial abuse. Here's more.
Professional football in the UK, including the English Premier League, is uniting in a 4-day boycott of social media. The unprecedented move is aimed at forcing digital platforms to do more to stamp out racial abuse aimed at players. It's something many footballers support, especially those who've been targets of online hatred, including Aston Villa's Tyrone Mings, who took to Twitter ahead of the boycott to call for action. Liverpool's Naby Keita, Sadio Mane and Trent Alexander-Arnold were also singled out for abuse after the club's defeat by Real Madrid earlier this month.
If you say this to anyone who's not part of football, they're going to think you're crazy.
So with social media in general, we have obviously the problem that so far it didn't get sorted, that people can hide behind whatever account and say what they want to say. That's a problem I think we really, that has to get sorted.
I think it's not even a problem of education of younger ages. I think it's for the media giants to make a decision and to make that fight. If they want to win that fight, they win it for all of us.
2 years ago, some footballers backed the #Enough campaign over abuse. This latest boycott is more ambitious. It's due to come into force from 3 p.m. on Friday the 30th of April until 11:59 p.m. on Monday the 3rd of May.
And that's it for sports. When we come back, we'll have another look at the stories that made the headlines.
The Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honourable Timothy Harris, wants to alert the public about fake Facebook and social media accounts that are circulating. These sites may look genuine, but they're not. These fake sites may use the Prime Minister's photo and name, but their only intention is to spread misinformation through false and scandalous information. Some of these pages are scams and will attempt to dupe you out of money. Do not trust them. You can find the real Prime Minister Harris on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram by searching for his official handle, which is @PMHarrisKN. Facebook, Twitter and Instagram pages that claim to be the Prime Minister's but do not have PMHarrisKN right after the / are fake accounts. These should be reported to the respective social media sites. You can also report fake social media accounts to presssec@gov.kn. That's PRESSEC@gov.kn. Facebook has verified Prime Minister Harris's official page by placing a white check mark inside a blue circle next to the Prime Minister's name, Dr. the Honourable Timothy Harris. This blue circle appears just above @PMHarrisKN. Also, be alert. If the person claiming to be either the Prime Minister or another government official asks you for money through instant messenger, direct message or any other means, this is a scam and not a real charity. This public service announcement was produced in order to help you be an informed social media user. Protect yourself and help spread the message.
And we're wrapping up with a recap of the top stories. Bribery and treating charges against Minister Hamilton dropped. Prime Minister Harris calls for targeted messaging to address vaccine skepticism. And East Bastia Book Club donates to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And that's the end of the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Carla Barrage. Bye.